Hi, good afternoon. We are here today with Rosendo Garcia, who is one of the biggest investors in cryptocurrency. So we are really interested in knowing exactly how he is and how he is developing all his investments and everything. So how are you, Rosendo?
Well, Alexa, I started in this business back in 2018. I had another company before. So, when I started, I was like in between my company and in between Crypto Life School. As far as like Wealth Mindset Group, it was something that we put together for people that are looking to go to the next level. People that are stuck, that need help to get to the next level.
So exactly, it was your goal that you wanted to help other people. Correct. To know exactly the success. Correct. Right? To reach the success. So nice. So tell us about you first. Like, what's your name? What your hobbies? Where are you from?
Well, in the banking world, everyone calls me Ross, right? Okay. My family's, from the northern part of Mexico. So my Hispanic, I'm Hispanic background. And basically, I work for banks, got a degree in finance and investment management. And I thought that would bring me success. I thought that would help me get to the next level. But then I come to find out that success is like a state of mind. So it's more what's going on inside and what you can do to change the outside circumstances in your life. So I've been working on that since 2010.
2010. Yeah. Beautiful. And for how long have you been here in Marbella, in Spain?
In Spain? Well, I've been here since last year. Since 2021, and I came here originally for a vacation, and then I liked it so much, I'm like, what?
After the weather.
I'm just gonna stay here. So I went to the United States, got whatever I could get, and then I came back and bought a house.
Beautiful, beautiful, lovely. So tell us about here we have some questions that your followers wanted to know about. For example, what would you say it's your major motivation in life? What motivates you to?
In 2010, I was broke. And all I wanted to do is I wanted to make more money. Because I thought that making more money would, make me happier, right? But really what it was I had went through a really horrible situation. And I found myself depressed, broke. And I started studying Napoleon Hill. Now, Napoleon Hill was actually, he already passed away. But I started studying The Laws of Success by Napoleon Hill back in 2010 through YouTube. So
through YouTube. Yeah. You didn't go to any school or anything.
No. And what happens is people go to college and they think that that's going to attract wealth and prosperity. In some cases it does work, but most of the time people are not happy. So a lot of people, they don't invest in going to seminars, reading books, having a mentor. The purpose of having a mentor is basically he sees something in you that you don't see in yourself and helps you recognize your potential so you could bring more of yourself to the surface.
Beautiful, beautiful kind of thoughts. And we have another, because the Wealth Mindset Group is revolutionary everything. So how the idea of running this and also the Crypto Life School came to your mind?
Well, back in 2016, I was actually listening to Bob Proctor, which came out in the movie The Secret, The Law of Attraction.
Your mentor.
Yeah. So one of the things that I realized was I seen him on stage in New York. I had never been to New York. Like I said, I was always broke. And what we teach is, what are you good at? What type of skills do you have? And how can you capitalize on your skills? So one of my skills was I was good in the banking industry. And at that time in 2008, we went through a really bad recession, depression. So I started a business called the Loan Modification Clinic, which is actually still running. Most of what we do is marketing, and we deal with attorneys and stuff like that to help people. And even right now, gas prices are going up, so people are looking to save money on their home. So what Napoleon Hill taught me was hey, what can you do to help yourself out and help other people? Through the Loan Modification Clinic, We had cancer patients, people that lost their job, people that used to work for Ford Industries that lost their job and they were losing their homes. So we've helped thousands of people throughout the United States with their homes. But that idea came through Napoleon Hill. So when I started working for Bob Proctor, he's like, you have to have multiple sources of income. So one of the things that I did was I was like, well, what can I do to help people understand how the law of attraction works? So that's how I started Wealth Mindset Group.
Amazing. That's beautiful. Yeah. I mean, that says a lot about you and your heart, your big heart. Very good. And another question is about your mentor. If you had any mentor in life, but already you answered. I don't know if you want to say a little bit more of it.
I learned a lot about Napoleon Hill. His mother died at an early age, so he had a very difficult time. But when he met his mentor, Andrew Carnegie told him, like, if you basically talk about the laws of success, you're going to surpass what I've done in my life. And at that time, Napoleon Hill was like, how am I going to make more money than the richest person in the world? Which, Andrew Carnegie was in the manufacturing and steel business. But it's true. It's like Napoleon Hill says, any idea that's emphasized, that's either repeated, feared, or revered, meaning I fear it or I believe that it could happen. Any idea that's taken over to the subconscious mind will begin to form itself into physical reality. So what we teach at Wealth Mindset Group is how to create the circumstances in your life. Not letting the outside world control the way you think, but creating the circumstances.
Beautiful. A beautiful advice to all of who are listening to it. Beautiful. And as well, they want to know what's your main goal in life.
One of the things that I see in people is I see myself in them. When I started to want to make a couple million, I thought it was going to be very difficult. But what we're dealing with is something we can't see. It's energy. And when you write down your goals with a deadline, that goal will manifest into physical reality. The problem is people don't believe it.
Yes,
they don't believe that with a pen and a piece of paper they could create their own reality because they're stuck in the past. So some of the stuff that we teach at Wealth Mindset Group it's called a paradigm. It's a program that is in your subconscious mind. Consciously, you think about 3% of the time. The other 97% of the time, you're doing things on a subconscious level. So the whole goal of Wealth Mindset Group is to change the program, to recognize that you have a program, it's on autopilot, and what we want to do is change the way you think. Not the outside world, but the inside. I like what Bob Proctor says. He says, you can't paint the kitchen by painting the outside of the house. You have to start with you, with the kitchen, right? It took me some time, but I've made more money in a bad economy when the economy was doing great. So it's like my mentor Bob Proctor says, he says, I don't care what's going on with the economy because these principles have nothing to do with the economy. If you see people lining up to go put gas in their car, it's just a program that was given to them by the television and what they've seen, right? So you want to use the higher faculties where you can imagine, you want to focus on the picture and write it down, auto-suggest it like Napoleon Hill did, looking at a mirror, and then in time, your world, your reality is going to shift. It's going to change.
Amazing, amazing. Really, really good to hear it. And how long do you think does it take to, not to change, to switch your thoughts, your mind?
I would say you have to put a deadline. You have to put by when you will receive this. When I started Wealth Mindset Group, during the same time I had started Crypto Life School, right? And one of the things that what we teach is having MSIs. We call them MSIs, multiple sources of income, right? People have a job. They have, basically there's 3 quadrants. The first quadrant is time for money, right? I give my time, you pay me, I go home, right?
Yes, exactly.
But with time for money, you don't have the freedom. So the other quadrant is basically money for money, investments, right? And what we teach at Wealth Mindset Group is quadrant number 3, which the 1% of the 1% are the ones in that quadrant, where basically it's a fantasy with a theory creating your reality, which is basically people don't even realize they're doing it. But you use the higher faculties, the God-given abilities, to basically tap into the subconscious mind, which the strange thing about it is the subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between a penny and a million. It's your perception that makes the reality. When you look at reality, everything's moving, right? I'm moving right now, but gravity keeps us in place. But if you look through it through a microscope, you know, everything is moving. So the key is to recognize this, I guess, this unseen force, right? Because you can't see it. It's like the air. At least with the air, you can feel it. With this, you can't see it.
It's like working your faith as well?
It's basically like talking to someone in the early 1900s, telling them that you're going to communicate on a cell phone without a wire, right? Yeah, and they're not going to believe it. So the state of mind must be belief, not mere hope or wish. That's one of Napoleon Hill's quotes, right? The state of mind must be belief. What do you want? Why do you want it? When do you want it by? Put a date. You don't have to worry about how it's going to happen. That's up to God. That is your dream. You're a spirit. You're going to accomplish that. And that's what I see in people is like helping them get to the next level. I see me in them. I see that they're making a little bit of money. They're working 9 to 5, but they want to break free from the rat race. And, you know, I've broken free from that rat race through these principles. And my mentor, Bob Proctor, Napoleon Hill, even though he passed away, he's still my mentor. It's totally changed my life, and not just my life, but my whole family's life.
That's amazing, amazing, beautiful. And like last question, any advice to everyone who is listening to it, or how would you invite them to come and try?
I would say that you need to have multiple sources of income. Don't depend on a 9 to 5. Don't depend on a job, right? Go for what you want. Use your qualities to attract quantities, right? What you want to do is you want to have time, money, and freedom. And if you're missing one of those, go to wealthmindsetgroup.com, because what we do is we have I guess a well-rounded group of people that are traveling the world, whether they're in cryptocurrency, real estate development, you know, different ways, like different areas. And we work together towards, you know, what Napoleon calls a mastermind. We work together towards getting to the next level.
And everything you have to change is
yeah, you know, you could find us at wealthmindsetgroup.com. If you're interested in, you know, the transfer of wealth in cryptocurrency, projects like Hex Token and other projects that we're involved in, go to cryptolifeschool.com, cryptolifeschool.com. So you can find us there.
Perfect. So you already know where you can find him. And very good. Yeah. Thank you so much for everything, Rosendo. Thank you. Thanks.